I hope you all are fine. This is the second part for the quadratic function. We did in the first part y equals ax squared. Now we have y equals ax squared plus c. Still no b. So when b equals 0, no b, we start, the vertex will be 0 on something in the y. So when there's no b, we put 0 in the middle of the table and go 1, 2, -1, -2. Then try to find the values of y. When x equals 0, it's 0 squared, which is 0, -0. So it's 0 minus 5, it's -5. So you will notice that this c comes always with 0. Now 1 squared is 1, but negative outside, which is -1, minus 5, it's -6, and the same here. 2 squared is 4, -4, minus 5, it's -9, and the same here. Now use the graph to plot the points, 0 and -5. So first of all, try to check if the graph will contain -9 or not. So instead of going -1 and -2, you can go -2, -4, -6, -8, -10. And the x, you have normal values 1, 2, 3, 4, so it's okay to go by one step, -2 and so on. 0 and -5 is the first point, 1 and -6, -1 and -6, 2 and -9, -2 and -9. Now the graph is ready to be graphed. Here in this table, we have a fraction here of a, so I recommend you to go multiple of this fraction denominator for 8, -4, -8. Then 0, when you substitute, you will have 2, as we did here. Now 4, when you substitute by 4 squared is 16. Outside the bracket there is a quarter. When we multiply quarter by 16, it will give you 4. Then plus 2, it's 6. Now 8 squared, then multiply by quarter. 8 squared 64, divided by 4 is 16, plus 2, it's 18. Now you can go 2, 4, 6, 8, and so on. And this will be 4, 8, 12, 16, 18. Plot the points, 0 and 2 here, 4 and 6, -4 and +6, 8 and 18, -8 was 18. Then we have the third case. We did the first one, ax squared. We did ax squared plus c. Now we have ax squared plus bx plus c. We have b here. So the vertex of the graph may have a different way to be calculated. This way, when we consider that the vertex is x and y, we have like an expression to calculate x, then I will use the value of x to substitute and get y. How? Since you know that the vertex is x and y, we need to know what's x. X is -b over 2a. Okay, the value of b here, take it by the opposite sign, then divided by double a. How? This is the example here. Y equals 2x squared plus 8x plus 3. How to know the vertex? The vertex is x and y. How to calculate x? It's negative b over 2a. Now, use the values that you have. A is 2, b is 8, c is 3, because when we compare ax squared plus bx plus c, you will see that this is 2, this is 8, and this is positive 3, okay? Now use this to calculate x. Negative b is negative 8 over 2a is 2 multiplied 2. Negative 8 over 4, which is negative 2. So x equals negative 2. How to find y? You will take the value that you got here and write y. Y equals. Replace x with negative 2, because this is the value of x that gives you the value of y. 2 negative 2 squared plus 8 multiply negative 2 plus 3. Negative 2 squared is 4 multiplied by 2 plus, which is 8. 8 multiply negative 2 is negative 16 plus 3. This will be negative 5. So the vertex is negative 2 and negative 5. You know that this is the equation of the axis of symmetry, x equals negative 2, and negative 5 is the minimum value. Why do we say that it's minimum? Because this is positive, it means the graph is going this way, so this point is the minimum. Another one, if y equals 3x squared minus 18x plus 5. How to get the vertex, which is x and y? You should first determine what's a, b, and c. A equals 3, yes. B equals negative 18, okay. C equals 5. Now to find x, negative b over 2a, which is negative 18, it will be positive 18 over 2a multiply 3, to multiply 3, which is 6. 18 over 6 is 3. So x equals 3. And this is the equation of the axis of symmetry. Then y, you will write this again, but you know now the value of x. 3 squared minus 18 multiply 3 plus 5. This is 27 minus 54 plus 5. This is negative 27 plus 5. This is negative 22. So the vertex will be 3 and negative 22. And this is the minimum value. How to graph this in the coordinates? I told you that when we don't have x or b equals 0, we can make a table and put 0 inside and start to go right and left from 0. But here we don't need to make a table, but it's up to you. First, I need you, if you are going to use the table, what value will you put in the middle? It's not 0, it's the x of the vertex. The vertex that we did in the previous page. First, a equals 1, as you see. B equals negative 2. C equals negative 1. Now x equals negative b over 2a. So it's negative 2, which is 2, over 2a, 2 multiplied 1, which is 2, so the answer is 1. So x equals 1. To get y, substitute by this here. Y equals 1 squared minus 2 multiplied 1 minus 1. This is negative 2. Now you know the vertex, which is 1 and negative 2. 1 and negative 2. So even if you want to use a table, you should know first that you will put in the middle 1 and negative 2. If you want to go around 1 it will be 2, 3, here 0 and -1. You can use this to substitute and find the answers, but we have a good way to do it, like faster way. Okay, you know that this is the vertex and here we have the axis of symmetry. So what about this one, C? C is the y-intercept of the graph. So the graph should intersect with the y-axis in this point, which is -1. So there's a point here. And we have this the axis of symmetry. That's why without any calculations, you should know that we have a point here because this is a mirror. Now you have 3 points. Okay, from the table you can use only one of the 5 points, like 3, or you can check this 3 to know what's the y for 3. So substitute y equals 3 squared minus 2 multiplied 3 minus 1. This will give you 9 minus 6 minus 1, which is 2. So 3 was 2. The same because this is a mirror. So we have a point here. Now you can graph this graph to be by this. If you use the table, it will give you the same answer. Here we have 2x² plus 6x plus 3. We need the vertex. So the vertex will be x equals -b over 2a, which is -6 over 4. How? Because a equals 2, b equals 6, c equals 3. X equals -b over 2a, which is -6 over 2 multiplied by 2 is 4. The answer will be -1.5. When you substitute this here, y equals 2 multiply -1.5 squared plus 6 multiply -1.5 plus 3. Okay. When you calculate this, y will be -1.5. 2 multiply 6 multiply -1.5 plus 3. This is -1.5. Now we have the vertex of the graph. If you want to go 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on, it's up to you. If you want to go by half, 1, 1.5, it's up to you. So we can make it 0.5, 1, 2, 3, -1, -2, -3. Then -1, -2, -3. The vertex will be -1.5 and -1.5 here. This is the vertex. Where is the second point? Can you see this? This is 3. So 1, 2, 3. So the graph should meet y in this point. And the same, this is the mirror. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So there's a point also here. So you should know that the graph should go this way. Find the minimum value. The minimum value is the y-coordinate of the vertex. How to know the y-coordinate? You need first to calculate the x-coordinate. So this is a 4, b 16, c equal -3. How to calculate x? -b over 2a. Then -16 over 2 multiply 4, which is 8. The answer will be -2. Substitute this up. So y equals 4 multiply -2 squared plus 16 multiply -2 minus 3. This is 4 multiply 4 is 16 minus 32. So -16 minus 3 is -19. So the minimum value is -19. So if he gave you a graph, he asked you about the minimum or the maximum, you should work out the vertex. When I ask you find the minimum, you will go to the vertex. Now we have finished the explanations for the first part of the chapter, which is the quadratic function in the standard form ax² plus bx plus c We still have more to practice in the class, inshallah. So see you in the class. Thank you.